Okay, we have a little soldering job that needs to be done this morning. Simple enough. This goes in here, just like that. Now, because it's old solder, what we'll want to do is we will want to clean off the old solder from the collar here. And I've already done most of that, but basically I'm just going to take a little needle file here, and that will pretty much do what I want done. So I'll take a little needle file, and I'm just going to kind of like try to rub off most of the old solder and get myself down to brass. As I say, I've done most of this already. I've got one more spot here. Okay. And we also need to get inside the tube here, inside the collar right in here. And again, I've already done most of this. What I used for that was, this is, I've always called it a rat tail file. I believe the proper name is a bastard file or just a little round file. And you can get in there, and when you get in, what you can do is you can just kind of like turn the thing like this. You got that curve going on there. And that'll help really score up that old solder and start to get it out. And I can probably get a little bit more here. And then once I've done that, I can take my little needle file and I can go in there and I can just kind of slide along here and just get the rest of it. Just like that. Now, once I've done that, first thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to put a little flex on this. So, ruby fluid soldering paste. Flux. And I want to make sure it doesn't go, that the solder doesn't go where I don't want it to. So I'm going to go ahead and put the flux here and just kind of paint that on with a brush. I'm going to go all the way around. If you try to use the old solder, it won't hold. Once in a while it will, but most of the time it won't. And the flux will make it easier for the solder to slip in the cracks and get in where I want it. Okay, that's good to go. I really don't need it on both pieces, because it's going to be pretty tight when I put it in. There. All right. Now, close that up. I'm going to go ahead and slip that on, just like that. And that is ready to be soldered. Make sure it's on tight all the way around. I need pliers. I'm going to have to be able to hold this thing. There are a variety of little jigs that you can get for these things, but what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and solder this puppy. Propane. There we go. I don't need much of a flame. I just, because I've got a small, because I'm doing a small area. I remember that when you're soldering, it's the tip of the flame right there, which is going to be the hottest. And that's what I want. And grab my solder. I'm just kind of holding it here. And that way I can heat the tube up. And again, I don't need to really heat up. And then I can go ahead and run this around. As that heats up, there we go. And that'll just go right on in. And we're done.